This is about Flores or flower. I really like this because it started off with somebody kind of just walking on a sidewalk, enjoying just looking at the trees and nature, and almost seemed a little sad and disconnected from people. And so I liked the premise of just here and there people giving him words of wisdom and handing him, a leaf or a flower, and then at the end he ends up with a bouquet and turns around to run to the girl, and I'm assuming give the bouquet to the girl. I just thought it was simple, but kind of deep at the same time, and it had the music and the song was very calming and meditative. I just thought there was a lot accomplished in this short and with very little dialogue, but the dialogue was profound. Thought it was cool. It's a nice concept, and well done. So good job.
Flores, I think, does a fantastic job of capturing the way in which nature is like bound up with our lives. I think visually it really captures the beauty of nature, but also what I think that does is therefore captures the beauty of life and our lives. And I think it's kind of what the film is about, really. It makes you think about our relationships to flowers, to nature, how important they are to us, how they actually shape our lives, how we use them, for emotional expression and stuff, which is very subtle and very clever. I think it's a nice little kind of beautiful little portrait of the complexity of life, and at the end of the day, makes you proud to be alive. What's better than that?
Flores was really beautiful, and I loved the opening and closing scene of the camera just kind of like going through the leaves of the trees and then descending down and back up. Um, I just thought it was a really nice way to open and close, and also kept in the theme of flowers, nature, greenery. And we see this young man who is going on a stroll through the park, and the concept is just so sweet and so simple of these strangers that he intercepts on his path, that offer him flowers or advice, and how he uses those things in order to pursue what he wants. And it's just a simple concept, but the execution of it was so artistic. It was so sweet and beautiful, and just like a perfect little short film. Great job.
So I just watched the short film Flores. Really enjoyed the film. I thought it was very sweet and very heartwarming. I love the sort of indie coming of age vibe of this movie. It has a tone of being like free spirited and vulnerable and emotional and just very sweet. I really love the simplicity and the minimalism of this film. I love the location. I love the use of trees and of nature. Um, this film felt sort of philosophical and sometimes even poetic. Um, it also felt hopeful and positive and very uplifting. I really appreciated the happy ending of this film, and I thought it was all tied together very nicely in the end. Um, Overall, just some really solid work here. I enjoyed watching it, and hats off to the filmmakers.
Flores. Well, I really enjoyed this piece. It was warm, positive. The little message of giving and receiving well and giving back was nicely done. The soundtrack fit with the story and told that well. I like the idea that it was a little bit reminiscent of the 60s, just the way the woman was dressed that passed by the young man on the path, and kind of had that feel of love and peace. I also like that the fellow that played the lead, he was perfect for it. His emotion shown when he was surprised by people's kindness and his excitement to chase the lady back and give her the bouquet that he had been given. That was lovely. Just really dear and sweet. Just really enjoyable.
This was a really sweet piece, really charming. interesting and even slightly whimsical. Yeah, it was the kind of piece that just made me feel a lot. Just made me feel hopeful and inspired and just overall good. It just left me with a really good, satisfied feeling. It's a really simple premise, executed well. I thought there was just a great amount of expression in our performers, and yeah, with for a short piece with one line of dialogue, it manages to say so much so eloquently and really just beautifully. It was uh, yeah, it's just something I just sat back and enjoyed and felt that much better for doing so.